Are you searching for direction in life? Have you given all of yourself to everyone else and have very little for yourself? Have you put you on the back burner while taking care of the responsibilities of everything and everybody else while neglecting yourself? Life coach and mentor Mischell G has told us the wait is over. In this new movement called the Green Room, she's assembled friends of every walk of life that will share with us transformative principles that will change our life trajectory. Come join us for the Green Room experience. Your life will never be the same.
Welcome to the Green Room. As always, I'm so excited. I'm excited every time I can get together with my sister friends and we can exchange ideas, thoughts. We can give birth to promises that were made long ago while we were yet in our mother's womb. And tonight is no different. I'm really excited tonight. I am so excited, and I can't wait to tell you why I'm excited. I'm excited because we have the serial entrepreneur. We have the GOAT of all bosses with us on the stage. Oh, hail to the GOAT. The GOAT is in the house tonight. Adrienne Martin. She was doing it long before it was ever popular. She is the GOAT. When I think about waiting and the waiting being over, she's one of the first persons that come to my mind. Our relationship spans some years, some decades. Back when I didn't know I was waiting, but I was waiting. And now I can think back to many of the conversations we would have late night on the phone or early morning on the phone about things that we should be doing and where we were going. And to look at us today, God is good. Yes, we went somewhere, y'all. So I'm so excited. I can think about a wait. The first girls' trip I ever went on was with Adrienne. She took a group of girlfriends when she turned 50, and we went to Vegas. And oh boy, but I'm glad what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But I'm going to give you the wait story. We were waiting on a cab. Do you remember the scenario? We were waiting on the cab, and it was quite interesting. It was quite a bit of us, and some of you in the audience were there with us. And they weren't so happy to see us, women, out of our places and not waiting and being patient. We were, women with our own money and our own plan, and we were doing our own thing. And there was some folks that thought that we should be staying in women's places, and where was the people that should be calling the shots? And we were the bosses, and we were calling the shots. So we were waiting on the cab. And we were at the airport. And so the particular cab driver, he finally decided he was going to let us ride in the cab after he had to wait and figure out that, we were the bosses and there were no men there and we had money and we were there to do business. And so it was very interesting. He was upset and took us to our hotel. We stayed at the MGM Grand. Oh my God, we had a good time. And so it was so interesting because when we got to the hotel, he was really upset with us. So he didn't get out to open the doors. He didn't do anything. He was like, y'all just get out on your own. He was just really disgruntled that women were taking charge and we were leading our lives and we were having a good time and we were doing it all in the name of sisterhood. And so needless to say, he didn't get out to open the door for us. So when we got out, we left the cab door. But that was our waiting. We waited on the cab and we had a good time. So I'm so excited that we have Adrienne here today. One of the things as women is we have things that we have thought about for years. How to do this. I think I could be good at that. I think I could make a living at that. I don't think this serves me anymore. I'd like to evolve into that. And I thought who better to talk to us about serial entrepreneurship than Adrienne Martin, who was the first African-American owned dance studio for years. She had her studio, was successful some 25 years. Everybody remember Adrienne's Dance Baton, and that was my first encounter with her in serial business. And so I wanted to bring her to the stage to talk to you all this afternoon about business owning and entrepreneurship. But I want to start with the question I ask everybody. Just give us your wait story. Let's hear a little about a wait story.
My wait story started when I was working for AT&T. I was comfortable in my corporate job, working in human resources, but I always had a passion for wanting to start my own dance school. Growing up, back then, my parents had to take what we used to say, take you on the other side of the bridge for dance classes. And most of the students there did not look like me. And I often wonder, why we couldn't have that same type of school on our side. When we did have the schools that we did have, most of you may remember the community school. Remember, after 6 p.m. at the different high schools, you could take certain classes, but they were limited. As well as the YWCA. We could take classes, but it was only for a few weeks. But so my weight was, I wanted to have a dance school, but I was comfortable in my corporate America job. And when you're used to getting, you're going to get paid on a certain day, that check is going to come. Entrepreneurship, I was like, I don't know. But I came from a family of entrepreneurs. My grandmother was a hairstylist. My dad worked as a forklift driver, but he was also a barber. So my weight was trying to break away from corporate America when I was like, no, I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to follow my passion. But God said something different. It got to the point where I became ill with an illness called ulcerative colitis, where I could no longer work full time doing AT&T work. But it allowed me to move out of that illness to do the dance school, which was the biggest blessing that I could have ever done.
Wow. It's amazing how God will allow situations and circumstances to happen to push you to your purpose.
Yes.
And it seems like that was just the push that you need. So you did your dance studio for many, many years. I'm blessed to have had my daughter to come through your studio and then be under your tutelage. Some of the skills that you taught her. Growing up, I watched her daily with the values and morals that you instilled in your students. And so that came, and then there was a new purpose. And where did you move on to?
The new purpose was for being being a dance school owner. At that time, there was a lack of networking opportunities for other business owners. If you were a dance school teacher, you only dealt with your other dance school teachers. So I felt like there was a need in the community to bring all of the entrepreneurs together, not just for networking, to bring about unity, to bring about collaborations. And a lot of people that come through the Best Boss, they make connections. Bigger businesses are developed as a result of bringing them together. And then bringing the community, giving them awareness of all of the different options. This year we had over 250 African American entrepreneurs that were in the house that we celebrated. These people work hard every day. They make a lot of sacrifices. And one of the things I felt during the time that I had my dance school, when you're celebrated, you become motivated.
I like that.
You become motivated. And I think we have some of the boss winners are here tonight.
Oh, wow. Yes, we have some bosses. Bosses, make some noise. Let's see who our bosses are this evening. We got some of our bosses here, and we're going to give them an opportunity to tell who they are a little bit later and what they are the boss of and how they're making strides in the community. So you went from the dance studio to the Best Boss, and
yes. Then
you felt another call, and you had some more waiting, and you were pushed into something else. So tell us about that.
That wait was, it's time to tell the story.
Okay.
And I knew that there were a lot of women that everybody say, oh child, if I can write a book. Mm-hmm. So I felt as if, let me reach out to some friends and let's tell a piece of our story. Let's share some of our real life lessons in this book so that it will hopefully help other women when they read the book and they come across certain circumstances or situations that are mentioned in the book. I remember when Mischell said da 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 da. Sometimes we go through things and it's trial and error. But to have a guide that might shed some light on where to go, how to react, what to expect, what not to expect, what to tolerate, what not to tolerate.
That's
all of that.
That is very exciting. The book that she's talking about is a literary work, Sister Listen to Me. and it is a composition of short stories from some amazing women that I see in the audience this evening. I want the Sister Visionary authors to make some noise for us tonight. And so it's women speaking on wisdom, on real life experiences. I tell you, this book has been a blessing. It's got some topics in here that are really tantalizing. One of my favorite topics, your calling is higher. And I'm just going to read you an excerpt from it. Sister, listen to me. If your path is more difficult, it's because your calling is higher. I know I'm not alone in feeling that the unexpected always happens to me, no matter what I do to prepare for it. It never fails that things never go quite as planned. I often ask the question, why is it that this person or that person has all of the luck? It seems like things are happening for others with little to no effort, but when it's my turn, everything that can go wrong does go wrong. Is this all a part of God's plan? Is it that He plans for me to be everything for me to be cumbersome and challenging? The answer is yes and yes. To whom much is given, much is required is a familiar passage. The inspiration for this phrase is found in Luke 12 and 48. Because God has given you more, His expectation of what you do for your gift is greater. And that's just an excerpt from this literary work. There are so many relevant topics in this book. And I am excited to be a contributing author in this book. Yes. And I'd like for you to share with our audience this afternoon, because I know you just said it. We say all the time, oh, I could write a book about that, or this is a chapter in my book. Would you talk about the process that you went through to have this to come to pass and published on Amazon and places that folks can get it? What's the process for this book that we all have on the inside, this story that we're just waiting to tell? What's the process to make it happen?
The process was actually very simple, simpler than I thought it would be. You just write your story, write it down, make it plain and clear. And then from that point, we gathered all of the stories and we sent them over to the editing person to look over it for corrections. And then from there, we sent it to the publisher. I was trying to decide on a cover, and I kind of drew it out a little bit, and when I sent it over to them to create the cover, I was pleased at how it came out. So it's just taking the vision. It's like, sister, listen to me, because sometimes, you'd be like, girl, listen, wait, hold up. No, back up. Listen to me. Listen to what I got to say. You could be sharing a circumstance or a situation that you may be going through, and I've already been through that.
Right.
Let me share with you, sister. Listen to me right quick. So that's how this was developed. And I knew that there were a lot of friends that were holding things that they may have wanted to release. It actually ignited them to do other things, get them out of that waiting spot. This was the catalyst for them.
You did it again. And that's why you're the boss, and that's why you're the GOAT, because you always find a way to make your vision come to pass, and you inspire others to do the same thing. And with that being said, what advice do you have for someone that's stuck in the waiting process?
I would say, remember that procrastination is the biggest thief of time.
Wow.
Procrastination is the biggest thief of time. So every day that we wait, we're being robbed of the gifts that God has given us.
Wow.
And we have to stop thinking that tomorrow is promised. We always say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. No, you need to start working on it today. The wait is over.
The wait is over.
And the time is now.
With that, we're going to go to break. The wait is over and the time is now.
In our world, women wear many hats. Rather, she's our sister, auntie and mothers, or godmother. She tends to go out of her way to make everyone okay. But who checks on her? Lifetree Women Care Clinic believes in addressing all of women's health issues and preventative care issues to keep you going. Our state-of-the-art facility that can directly address all of a woman's health concerns. The caring staff of the Lifetree is waiting to serve you. Our director says it like this.
My goal is to meet every woman, one woman at a time, right where she is, and let her tell me what she needs so that we can work together to meet those.
Every woman deserves the best treatment, no matter what. We promise to treat the whole woman at the Lifetree Women's Care Clinic. Schedule your appointment today.
Isn't that the place to start?
Our communities have struggled. It's time to rebuild and heal. Now, it's time that we follow the trusted voices and get vaccinated.
We are the heartbeat of the community.
Jacksonville Coronavirus Education and Engagement Task Force.
Are you looking for a state-of-the-art facility to have your latest conference or retirement party? Do you need a space that can accommodate small or medium-sized events? The HC Multicultural Center is the perfect place if you need to accommodate 20 to 150 people for an intimate celebration. Our facility has a cafe with a beautiful lobby with robust parking. We have a 15-foot LED wall and a digital sound system to accommodate for live recordings, not forgetting our sophisticated live stream 4K and 6K camera setup. If you need to accommodate 100 plus people for a large meeting, it is the perfect place for your multicultural event with a friendly staff waiting to serve your needs. When you want it done with class, do it with the HC Multicultural Center.
Are you in the market to buy new appliances? Or to buy new furniture or a computer, but you are concerned about prices? Prices nowadays are simply astronomical, and you need to be able to purchase it low, but in a convenient way. Let me introduce you to the Maxwell Club. The Maxwell's Club will allow you to be able to purchase directly from the manufacturer. The price of Maxwell's Club is only $39.99 a year. You can shop with thousands upon thousands of manufacturers. Finally, you as the consumer have the power to purchase like some of the major companies. As a benefit of membership, you get discounts and perks around the world at places that you shop at. Sign up today. www.maxwells.club.
All too many people find themselves living amid a great...
Dr. Martin Luther King had a dream that set us all on a pathway to freedom. Come join the Jacksonville branch NAACP for his 36th annual virtual MLK Junior Empowerment Breakfast on January 13th, 2023 at 8 a.m. There will be amazing music, plus award presentations. And as a special treat, we will hear nationally acclaimed speaker, humanitarian, civil rights advocate, cancer survivor, and former Florida State Attorney, Aramis Ayala, as the keynote speaker. This will be an experience you will never forget. Simulcasted on the Inspire TV network on Roku and Amazon Fire TV stick, and on the Jacksonville chapter of the NAACP social media platform Facebook and YouTube. January 13th, 2023 at 8 a.m. Let's celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King.
And welcome back, like welcome back, Carter. Welcome back to the Green Room. And I told you earlier that we have some of our bosses and our visionary authors in the audience this evening, and I'm so excited that we're going to get an opportunity to see some of our bosses and lift up what they do and what they apparently do well to the studio audience. And so coming to the microphone is boss number one. Come on, boss.
Ooh, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? I usually don't need the mic anyway. My name is Crystal D. Life. I am the president and founder of a nonprofit organization here in Jacksonville, Florida called It's a Girls Thing, where we took away the Best Boss nonprofit for 3 years. 3 years in a row. We have been in existence now. This November will be 7 years. And our mission is quite simple. We educate, we equip, and we empower young girls between the ages of 11 and 18 to not only walk in their purpose, but we help them discover their purpose, right? And so when I'm listening and I'm thinking about a weight that made me do what I needed to do, I wanted to be for these young girls what I wish I had when I was a young girl. right? So I was that young girl that had low self-esteem, had high confidence, but my self-esteem was really low. And for those of you that may know, self-esteem can stop you from being the success that you need to be. And so I saw all of this. I was a youth minister in one of our churches, and I was seeing all these young girls go through these struggles, right? And I needed to get outside the walls of the church. Everything doesn't happen in the church. We need to get outside the walls of the church. And so that's how It's a Girls Thing was started. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be nominated, not only nominated, but win 3 years in a row. Because as a result of that, that has allowed me to collaborate with others outside the community. I'm not from Jacksonville. So when I started, I knew nothing. The Best Boss has changed that for me. It has allowed me to collaborate with so many amazing entrepreneurs in Jacksonville. So that's my story. Thank you.
All right. And so, Nicole.
Hey everybody, my name is Nicole Addison, and I'm with Tegan Transport and Willie Logistics. I won Entrepreneur of the Year with the Best Boss Society in 2021, I believe, and I run a trucking company and transitioned into freight brokerage, and now I'm trying to get into the truck yards with truck storage, and also just obtained a U-Haul contract also to store U-Hauls and rent out U-Haul trucks to, individuals. My why, I've always wanted to be, self-employed. I always wanted to, make my own destiny or determine my own destiny, and entrepreneurship is the way. And so with that, I took a step out on faith and started a company, and here we are. This is where we are.
All right.
She moves freight for Amazon. She moved freight for Amazon.
Oh, okay. You move weight for Amazon.
We're contracted with Amazon, Wayfair. So, yeah, it's been good.
Women in trucking. I love it. I love it. I love it. Jolita, our other boss.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Jolita Durden, and I think I won the first and second year of the Best Boss Awards for graphic design and creative design. I do everything from all occasions, birthdays, weddings, funerals, and also in creative design business, just to make what your vision is for your event. I can put it on paper and I can make it look good. I tell everybody I can make it look good on paper, and what you do after that is up to you. And I appreciate Adrienne for all that she's done for me. Yes. She and I are very good friends, have been friends forever. And this experience with the Best Boss has been a really awesome one. Thank you.
And we got Boss Stephanie out there.
Good evening. My name is Stephanie Ford, and this is my first year being nominated and winning the Best Boss Group Home. I am the CEO of Excel Beyond Reach Group Home and Support Services, and I was really excited to win the Best Boss Award this year. I've had the opportunity to collaborate with a lot of other Best Boss winners. I received a lot of calls from a lot of Best Bosses, and so this was a really good opportunity. What we do is we have several group homes, and it's not like the normal group home, so we're not just trying to house individuals with intellectual disabilities, but we are teaching them independent living skills. We're traveling, teaching them that there is life outside of the walls that they live in, and we're taking them places. We're going to Mexico this year. We've taken them to the Bahamas, and we're doing some things with them. So keep looking for us. Look for us on Facebook and watch some of the things that our individuals are doing.
And so we're very fortunate to have our boss. Okay, boss.
And also look for us next year at the Boss Awards. They were there this year, and they will be there next year.
All right.
Let me just say, Stephanie she brought a bus load of her
Clients.
individuals. Yes.
Oh, wow. That is
And
wonderful.
I was like, who is that cheering so loud? And they say, oh, those are Stephanie's people. They were so excited for her. And to see what she does with her group home and the people that, that she see after, it's amazing. It's really amazing.
That's wonderful.
Some group homes, they just keep them in that one little spot, in that one little box. Stephanie travels. They were in Orlando for a weekend at this nice Boss mansion for them. And I mean, they had swimming pools. I mean, it was just amazing. It was amazing.
That is amazing, and that is why she's the boss. That's why she's the boss.
Yeah.
She is the boss. She is a visionary author. And we've got some other visionary authors that are here in the building, and we just want to recognize them and lift up a couple of chapters in the book. I read My Favorite to You, and we got someone going to talk about their contribution to the literary work.
Hello, my name is Lisa Brown, and when Adrienne first asked me about the book, everyone that knows me know that I'm really, really, really private with my life. And growing up, we were taught what goes on in this family stays in this family. But I had noticed that there were so many young men getting in trouble. And then I got into an argument with the young lady because she was saying these mothers need to take care of these kids and teach them this and teach them that. Well, I, being a single parent of 2 boys, and one of my sons decided to go astray. It was not because of me or my upbringings, because everybody knew I was the strict mother. I would be the one driving down the street and punch you while we on I-95. So he decided to do his own thing, got in trouble. So I taught tough love because I had a younger son, and I had to teach my younger son that I support you when you're right, but you have to deal with it when you're wrong. And so I just wanted to encourage mothers to not give up on your child. So at that time, I became a prayer warrior for my son, because once you're in the system, there's nothing I can do for you. So he ended up doing his time, and I had told them from when they were younger that I will not visit the jail. You're sick, I'll come visit you in the hospital, but I'm not visiting the jail. And so I didn't. It was tough love, and it was difficult for me because I love my kids. I have always been there for them. I have supported them through everything. They played every sport there was, both of my boys. So it wasn't that I wasn't showing them the right way. The streets is undefeated. So the topic of my portion of the book, I did 2 subjects, but the one that was near and dear to me is a mother's love does not stop at the jail cell. So to mothers, I just wanted to encourage them to not give up on your child. My son is now a productive citizen. He's working a full-time job, taking care of his family. But it was the tough love that I had to show him to get him on the straight and narrow. So that was my reason.
All right.
Good evening. I am Desiree Jones, and I was invited to write a chapter in the book by Miss Adrienne, so thank you so much. When I was invited to write the book, I was really excited. I am the type of person where I will tell you anything if it's going to change your life. I have a passion for people and a passion for mental health, so I was like, yeah, this is cool. So for me, I knew that I had to title the chapter something very exciting so people would read it. So the title of my chapter is Stitches and Side Chicks. So the reason for that is I'm a survivor of domestic violence for almost 7 or 8 years. And so I knew that if I shared my story, I can tell people or show people that you can overcome and you don't have to be a victim of what you go through. You can heal through your trauma. And so talking about that chapter, I knew that if I could just get them to read it and understand, you don't have to succumb to that. You can live, you can have the self-esteem, you can get past it. And so when I was invited to write the book, it was a time for me to share and to hope that it would change somebody's life. So now I'm hoping that Miss Adrienne will write another book, because I have so much more that I want to pour into people. But what I want people to understand is that your story is your testimony. So through that domestic violence and through writing that story, birth businesses. So I am now the CEO of Step by Step Behavioral Health Services. So now I'm teaching counseling. I'm helping people overcome the trauma. I'm also the founder and president of Step by Step for Help Foundation. So now I'm going into the community, talking to our communities about mental health, how to overcome trauma, how to get services, how to get help for themselves so they know how to deal with their struggles. So these little girls are not being abused. If you're watching the news, it was 2 domestic violence cases on the news this week. So that's my testimony. So I'm very grateful for Miss Adrienne to have me put that in the book. And I encourage all of you guys, don't be afraid to share your story. It's time for us to produce. It's time for us to help change lives. And that's what this is about. So my weight was talking about it. I don't have to suffer in silence. I can release all this. I can talk about it. I wanted to know, Lord, why did you take me through this? Why did I have to suffer? Why did I have to get the black eyes? Why did I have to get the stitches? Why did I have to get the busted lips? Why did I have to get almost kicked out of school? Why did I have to go through all of this? So I stand here before all of you guys, and now I know why. It wasn't about me. It was for somebody else. So I encourage all of you guys, write it down, journal, talk about it, but share your testimony. Thank you.
And so it's amazing. What you said is the very essence of the green room. The green room, people are asking, and I keep getting inboxes and inundated with calls about the green room and having to talk about the green room. It's becoming like a life of its own. The green room is not a place. It's not a specific location. It is any time that women gather together to motivate each other, to encourage each other, to inspire each other, to support each other, to lift each other up. That's what's so amazing about the green room. We can take it anywhere. You can take the green room places. When we have conversations like we've had tonight, when we have testimonies and testaments of how we have gone through and we have overcome, and we share them with other women, that is a green room experience, and that is how we change the world. I think as sisters, when we band together and we support one another, we share our stories, we're the beneficiaries and we're increasing. I want to thank you so much, Adrienne, for how you've inspired everybody. Everybody kept saying thank you, Miss Adrienne, and thank you, and thank you again.
And thank you for having
being
me.
the greatest. Y'all give it up for Miss Adrienne. She is the serial entrepreneur and the GOAT of entrepreneurship. And so I'm sure we're going to be hearing about the next visionary work that's being birthed, and many of you in the audience have something that you would like to contribute to the next work.
Please reach out and let me know, since Desiree has put it out there. But so many people have said, oh, next time let me know. I have something that I want to share. So we'll see about that.
All right. That's it for today. I'm so excited that in the green room, we have declared that the wait is over and the time
is now.
All righty. All right. Welcome back to the Green Room. Wasn't that an inspiring interview we had tonight with serial entrepreneur Adrienne Martin? Entrepreneurs are some of society's most radical and profound members, and for good reasons. They contribute to our ever-increasing standards of living, and they help to ensure that our economy continues to grow. In recent years, we're finding that more women have become interested and involved in entrepreneurship. While they've proven themselves to be successful, there's always so much more they can learn, and we're so glad for everything that she poured into us tonight. When women are at the forefront of entrepreneurship, innovation is enhanced, productivity surges, creativity expands, and the economy grows. It's me, Mischell G, and I'm here in the green room, sounding the alarm. The wait is over.
Would you like to reach more people with your message, but it seems like you've reached the social media glass ceiling? Has it been a nightmare for you to have the content, but can't attract the right viewers? Are you frustrated because you're not getting the results that you desire? Let us give you a precise 72-hour plan that'll refocus your strategy with the Inspired Network Branding Department. We can take your business or project to the next level. For more information, give us a call.
You're watching the Inspired Network, and maybe you're watching us on social media. Immediately go to your Roku device, press Add Channel, and download us today.
Are you having trouble reaching the masses? Are you preaching messages and no one seems to be hearing you? There's only a few people on your Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. Then you need the Maximizer by Chrome Media. For more information about this advanced internet connecting technology, contact us today and see how we can help you reach thousands every week within 7 days. No additional equipment is needed and no need for advanced training. Go to MaximizerNow.org or call us at 904-389-5592.
Are you looking for a state-of-the-art facility to have your latest conference or retirement party? Do you need a space that can accommodate small or medium-sized events? The HC Multicultural Center is the perfect place if you need to accommodate 20 to 150 people for an intimate celebration. Our facility has a cafe with a beautiful lobby with robust parking. We have a 15-foot LED wall and a digital sound system to accommodate for live recordings, not forgetting our sophisticated live stream, 4K, and 6K camera setup. If you need to accommodate 100 plus people for a large meeting, it is the perfect place for your multicultural event with a friendly staff waiting to serve your needs. When you want it done with class, do it with the HC Multicultural Center.
All too many people find themselves living amid a great
Dr. Martin Luther King had a dream that set us all on a pathway to freedom. Come join the Jacksonville branch NAACP for his 36th annual virtual MLK Junior Empowerment Breakfast on January 13th, 2023 at 8 a.m. There will be amazing music, plus award presentations, and as a special treat, we will hear nationally acclaimed speaker, humanitarian, civil rights advocate, cancer survivor, and former Florida State Attorney, Aramis Ayala, as the keynote speaker. This will be an experience you will never forget. Simulcasted on the Inspire TV network on Roku and Amazon Fire TV stick, and on the Jacksonville chapter of the NAACP social media platform Facebook and YouTube. January 13th, 2023 at 8 a.m. Let's celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King.